My dear family, the Pharisees are always found trying to imprison Jesus Christ. And they try many different ways. Today's gospel is just one of many examples where they try to imprison our Lord. They know that during their time, the Caesar, the emperor, had declared himself to be a god. And he had commanded every single one of his citizens to pay him tribute. And the tribute that they had to pay him was the census tax, or just taxes for the sake of simplicity. The Pharisees know that Jesus will never worship foreign gods. So they think that they have him entrapped by asking, what is your opinion on paying tribute to the Caesar? Or what is your opinion on paying taxes? If Jesus pays tribute to the Caesar, or in other words, if Jesus pays his taxes, he risks hatred from people because he will be supporting the very same government that persecutes them. And he can be arrested by also the priests for being blasphemous. Then if he says, well, don't pay taxes, then he also risks being persecuted by the Roman officials. And he can also be arrested for being against the state. So the Pharisees think that they have Jesus entrapped. However, Jesus in his own wisdom replies with, "You hypocrites, I know your intentions. Give me a coin. What image is in that coin?" And they reply, "The Caesar's." And they say, "Therefore, pay to Caesar's what belongs to Caesar, and to God what belongs to God." What does that mean? First and foremost, what doesn't it mean? Or what does it not mean? It does not mean the following. It doesn't mean that faith should never be informed by politics, or faith should be apart from government, nor that politics are separated from faith. It also does not mean that we tolerate unjust laws for the sake of giving to Caesar. What it means is that we take care of both. Just in the same way that we have a body and soul, and we take care of our bodies by being healthy or eating well, so that we can also pray. For it will be almost impossible to pray when we are starving. So we take care of both, body and soul, soul and body. And in the same way, we take care of both, faith and the government, church and state, faith and politics. We take care of both. One cannot survive without the other. For we are made in the image and likeness of God, and God is a perfect community. Therefore, we live in community, and we need governance. What we give to Caesar should not prohibit us from giving what we give to God. And what we give to God should not prohibit us from giving to what belongs to Caesar. Human laws, in other words, human laws should not be against God. And God should not be against the perfect community or against government. For there needs to be a harmony. There needs to exist a peace between both. The Catholic Church teaches that this is attainable. And it teaches that in the Catholic Catechism, the Catechism of the Catholic Church. The Church teaches that there are three non-negotiables for this peace and this harmony to exist. The first non-negotiable is the protection of all human life in all its stages, from conception to natural death, no matter how young or how old, how poor or how rich, how sick or how healthy. We ought protection of human life to all. Then the second non-negotiable for this harmony to exist between the Caesar and God is the recognition and promotion of the natural family structure. Families should stay together, it says in the Catechism. They should remain together, be able to spend time with each other, not be divided by lack of time, lack of financial support, or lack of support from society in general. Every single child is owed full support from society. And the third non-negotiable that the Catechism teaches for this peace to exist is the right for parents to educate their children. The state cannot take away the children from their parents, and the state cannot teach what they think is best for children without the consent of parents. The state cannot and should not choose education for children. That is the right for parents to do so. When any of these is missing, when any of these are lacking, then there exists disharmony. Then there exists division. Division between God and Caesar, church and state, body and soul. My dear family, today's gospel is an invitation to take care of both. Body and soul, faith and politics, church and state, God and government. In other words, it is an invitation for us to be good believers and good citizens. Are we good believers? Are we good citizens? Do we give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and do we give to God what is God? And do we fight against anything that may prohibit us from doing both?